Hey, welcome back, guys. So today on this video, we are talking about the Cash App Cash Card, and more specifically, we're going to try to answer the question, should you order a Cash App Cash Card for your minor kids that are under 18? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off, if you're not familiar with the Cash App Cash Card, it's basically a Visa debit card that's attached directly to your Cash App, because before they came out with this, if someone sends you money in your Cash App, then you have to withdraw it into your bank, and then once it gets to your bank, then you can use it off of their debit card. So Cash App released their Cash App Cash Card, and basically what this does, it connects directly to your Cash App. So if you have money on your Cash App, for example, like I do, I have $124, as you can see right here. Instead of me withdrawing it to my bank, I can just use it using this Visa debit card. And when I swipe this card at a register, it automatically withdraws from my Cash App balance. But should you get one of these for your minor kids if they're under the age of 18? That's what we're going to talk about. So there's a couple of things you want to consider. First off, if you're going to end up getting a Cash App Cash Card for your minor children, just know that that is against the terms of service for Cash App. In order to use Cash App, you're supposed to be at the age of 18. So if in the future Cash App finds out that you have a Cash App Cash Card and you're under the age of 18, it is possible that it end up closing down the account. Also, when you're registering for a Cash App Cash Card, a lot of times they are required to gather basic information from you, like your social security number, your date of birth, your mailing address. So usually once they notice that your date of birth doesn't reach the age of 18, they will not issue a Cash App Cash Card. And a lot of times when I have that discussion with other parents, they say, well, here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and set up a Cash App Cash Card account for myself. And that way, when I get it in the mail, I can just give it to my kid and let them use it. I would probably suggest that's not the best idea. And there's a couple of reasons for that. The first of which is it's against the terms of service for the app. So it's completely up to Cash App. If they find out, they could end up closing your Cash App and not allowing you to reopen up a new account. And this is not a life-changing application by any means, but in the future, it might be something you use for your business or for sending gifts out, things like that. And if you don't have Cash App, it might make your life a little bit more inconvenient. The second thing is that since you're ordering the Cash App Cash Card for your minor, your name, your social security number, your date of birth, your information's tied to the card. So if your kids end up using it for something illegal or something immoral, something along those lines, it could come back into your name, or someone could end up questioning you about it, even though you didn't make the purchase or the transaction. And even if your kids don't do things that are illegal, they're all on the up and up. Online fraud is pretty common these days, like phishing scams or fraud, all sorts of things. So if your kids are going to be using their Cash App Cash Card at a teller or possibly on the internet and someone scams them out of their Cash App Cash Card information, if that person reproduces the card and they use the card for something illegal or something immoral, even though it wasn't you, even though it wasn't your children, it could end up coming back to you as an awkward, weird situation to have to explain. For example, if they end up using the card at an adult website for kids or something crazy like that, that's pretty far-fetched, but it is definitely a possibility. And that's probably the last thing you want to deal with, is having that discussion with some kind of law enforcement agency. And the other thing you want to consider is that if you get this Cash App Cash Card and give it to your children, the Cash App Cash Card is going to have your name on it, not your children's name. And that means that when they go to use it at the register at like a 7-Eleven or a Walmart, it is possible that the cashier does not accept the Cash App Cash Card from them, and then the money on the card they won't be able to use. So again, probably not a big deal, but it is kind of an annoying process, especially if the kid calls you and says, hey, I can't use the card because the card doesn't match up. Can you come down and help? So it could just create more of an inconvenience for you. So that's my opinion on getting a Cash App Cash Card for your minor kids that are under 18. However, I do know that a lot of people have done this and actively have their children use this card, because it could be kind of a convenient thing to have. If you give them this, and you can keep loading money onto it to help them manage their budget or expenses through the month. But if you've given a Cash App Cash Card to your minor kids and you had a great experience, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. But hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.